Hello guys, and welcome to Stock My Tank. I'm Nat, and today I am going to be cleaning my 5-gallon planted aquarium. Right now, my betta fish, his name is Dr. Teals temporarily. And I say temporarily because y'all had so many good name suggestions in my comments, so I actually might rename it. He's living in this tank that is sitting in my kitchen. The reason why is I set up this tank originally to film a video for aquarium class. If you haven't checked out aquarium class, please go check it out. It is super cool. We basically set up this entire planted aquarium and we want to teach you how to set up an easy planted tank too. So if you want to check that out, www.aquariumclass.com. But that's not the point of today's video. The point of today's video is to show you guys how I clean these types of aquariums. Obviously, when there's lots of plants, there's a lot of junk that can build up. And one thing I've really been struggling with this aquarium in particular is hair algae. I actually made a TikTok about it. If you don't follow me over on TikTok, go check that out as well. And hair algae has just been plaguing this tank. So I want to walk you through some of the things I'm going to do to try to proactively treat that hair algae, because I know a lot of you guys who also have planted tanks might be struggling with a similar issue. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to do a little bit of a water change, and then I'm going to clean out some of the duckweed that has started developing on the top of the tank. I personally don't like that stuff in my planted tank. Then I'm going to clean out the filter sponge pretty quickly, dust around the substrate a little bit, and show you guys a really easy way to clean substrate in no time at all. And then we are going to drop in some food for Dr. Teals. So I hope you guys enjoy, and if you like this video, please drop a subscribe. Thank y'all. Alrighty, so the first thing we're gonna do is a really quick and easy water change, and I wanna show you guys my lazy girl tactic to get this done. I really haven't seen anyone talk about this method. I personally think it's great. You don't even have to get your hands wet. So what I do is I take a little glass beaker like this, move the light out of the way from the filter, and then I am just going to put this under where the filter is pumping out water. I'm just gonna fill this bad boy up. And then we are going to dump it into a giant pitcher. That's just so that I can get a few beakers worth of water into this pitcher, and then the pitcher is just gonna go straight down the drain. And literally, this hand is not even wet at all. This hand is barely wet. This also works really great as a method on canister filters. So if you have a canister filter, you can just pull the outlet where the water is coming out of that canister filter and drain that into a cup, and essentially it'll be a lot faster than you like going in and siphoning water out and like having to do a lot of manual work. So use your filter to pump water as part of your water change. That's my hack of the day. So I have drained about, I don't know, that's probably 20% out of the water of this tank. So if this is a 5-gallon tank, that's about a gallon, and I'm going to wait to fill it back up until we get all of these little duckweed pieces. You can see them right there. All of those need to come out of the tank because duckweed grows really fast and it is a pain to get out once it's in your tank. So unless you really want to have duckweed in your aquarium, it can be great to remove nutrients. Do try to keep tabs on duckweed because it is a nightmare to remove piece by piece. But I'll show you guys how I quickly grab this stuff out. So I like to use shot glasses to extract duckweed. I think it makes the work really quick. You can just literally capture it piece by piece, throw it in its little bucket. And what's great about a shot glass is it's not super big, so you can really just quickly grab this stuff. It just kind of all sucks in there. Okay, so the next thing is this moss mat that I have growing on this super cool plastic piece in the back. This is just getting literally covered in hair algae, and so you can see the difference between the hair algae and the moss. The hair algae is like really thin and has no texture, and the actual moss plant has a lot of texture. So I'm just gonna kind of go through, wow, that's so satisfying, and just try to pull out the thin hairs wherever possible, and that's what it looks like when it's out of the tank. Now, removing this stuff, you don't have to be perfect. The goal with hair algae is just to keep it from getting out of hand, because once it gets out of hand, it really can kill your plants. So I just like to go in every few weeks and just kind of take care of the issue. Eventually, over time, this tank's ecosystem, why was that so hard to get off my fingers? This tank's ecosystem will balance out, and I probably won't deal with hair algae forever. So I just look forward to that day and just take care of regular plant maintenance while I can. And so, yeah, like, I'm never going to be perfect at this, right? There's like a lot of little hair algae in here. So yeah, one thing I'll say is like, just never give up. You know, if you're struggling with something in your aquarium, whether it's hair algae, blackbeard algae, some other kind of like nuisance snail outbreak, never give up. Just figure out ways to keep things as clean as possible in your aquarium, and don't let yourself get into that negative headspace where you don't clean your tank, because that's when things go really south. So it's just all about slow, consistent progress towards a mature ecosystem. And that's really kind of what I like to do when I think about my tanks and their issues. Now I'm going to take some scissors and just clean up some of these leaves in this tank that are just not doing so hot. When you take out leaves that are dying from your tank, it really can help the tank just move along. So I like to do this every couple of weeks, and it just really makes everything look a lot sharper. Then you won't have a bunch of decaying plant matter in your tank, which just feeds the growth of everything else that you don't want. So I'm gonna go in and do a little snip snip. Alright, so now I'm going to talk to you guys about how I clean the substrate in a really easy way. I like to just kick up all of the dirt from the substrate, and then I tend to let my filter do the hard work. So here I am just messing things up. You can use a stick, you can use a straw, whatever you have at your house to reach to the bottom of the tank without getting your hands wet. And then I'm just going to let my tank sit for about 20-30 minutes while the filter gets all of this junk out. So then I take my filter over to the sink, and we are going to give this thing a light clean. You never want to deep clean a filter because it will start your aquarium's cycle all over again, which can kill your fish. So here I am, I'm just going to take the filter sponge out. I'm going to give it a super light rinse in the sink, and then I'm going to put it down to rest, and then we're going to get that thing back up and running in no time at all. That's it for today's video. As you can see, the tank is still really cloudy right now, and that's going to settle down and clear up over the next few hours as the filter in the back takes care of all the junk that we kicked up in the cleaning process. I hope I made this video super easy and straightforward for you guys to follow along if you're cleaning your own betta fish's tank. And if you liked my video, I would love for you to drop a like below and then give me a subscribe as well. I would love to hit 500 subscribers here on YouTube, so if you can help me out, that would be amazing. And I hope you guys have a great day, and I hope your fish have a great day as well. And that is all. Bye for now.